The lights, the fame, the roaring crowd chanting his name. Hulk Hogan wasn't just a wrestling icon. He was the larger-than-life superstar who defined an entire era. But behind the yellow bandana, the booming voice, and the unforgettable, "What you're gonna do, brother?" lies a tangled web of secrets, heartbreaks, betrayals, and shocking revelations that would shake even the most loyal fans to their core. Tonight, we peel back the curtain on the Hogan family drama. And what you're about to hear will leave you speechless. For years, Hulk Hogan seemed untouchable. He was the superhero of the wrestling ring, the man every kid wanted to be, the father figure millions looked up to. But off-camera, in the quiet corners of his family life, a storm was brewing. At 39, 45, and even into his 50s, Hogan wasn't just fighting in the ring, he was fighting his own demons. And those demons were about to tear his family apart. Let's rewind for a moment. When Hulk Hogan, born Terry Bollea, first broke into the wrestling scene, his charisma was magnetic. The fame skyrocketed. The money poured in. But as with so many superstars, the brighter the spotlight, the darker the shadows behind it. Fans cheered for Hulkamania, but at home, his marriage to Linda Hogan was crumbling under the weight of infidelity rumors, financial strain, and the constant demands of celebrity life. And then came the scandals that no one saw coming. The world was stunned when private recordings surfaced, tapes that would expose parts of Hogan's personal life he never wanted fans to hear. Suddenly, the man who told kids to say your prayers and eat your vitamins was at the center of conversations about betrayal, secrecy, and loyalty. But the most shocking secrets weren't just about Hulk himself, they were about his family. Behind the scenes, his children, Brooke and Nick, were living through the chaos in real time. Brooke, once the golden girl with dreams of a pop career, found herself thrust into the spotlight not for her music, but for the endless drama tied to the Hogan name. She loved her father, no doubt, but the weight of his choices left scars. Fans often saw her smiling, posing for cameras, but in whispered interviews and subtle comments. Brooke revealed the toll it took when your dad's private life became the world's gossip. Nick Hogan's story was even more turbulent. A car crash in 2007 changed everything. What was supposed to be another night of fun ended in tragedy for a family friend. And Nick found himself facing serious consequences. Through it all, Hulk was there. But whispers began swirling. Did Hogan's fame and fortune shield his son from true accountability? And what did that mean for the family's already fragile reputation? But the secrets didn't stop there. The Hogan household, once filmed for reality TV, became a glass house where every crack was exposed. Linda Hogan, tired of the betrayals, began speaking her truth. She claimed Hulk wasn't the man fans thought he was, painting a picture of control, mistrust, and emotional strain that shattered the perfect family image. And in those moments, fans were forced to reconcile the Hulk Hogan they worshipped, in the ring with the Terry Bollea who struggled behind closed doors. And yet, the most shocking twist was still to come. Because, as Hulk's marriage crumbled and his children wrestled with their own battles, new revelations began surfacing. Friends close to the family whispered about feuds, about deep divides between Hulk and Brooke, about Nick's resentment, about Linda's refusal to be silenced. And at the center of it all was the image of Hulk Hogan, desperately trying to hold on to the legacy he built, while his family slipped further and further away. One of the most jaw-dropping confessions came when Hulk himself admitted that he had been pushed to the brink. At his lowest moment, during the chaos of divorce and scandal, he revealed that he nearly gave up on life altogether. For fans, hearing the invincible Hulk Hogan talk about vulnerability, about despair, was almost unthinkable. It was raw. It was real. It was a glimpse into the man behind the legend. But what about the Hogan kids? Over the years, Brooke has spoken about how difficult it was to navigate her parents' toxic split. She once admitted that she didn't want to choose sides, but the constant fighting left her emotionally drained. And Nick, his reckless years were blamed by many on the instability at home, on the pressure of living up to the Hogan name. The family secrets weren't just embarrassing, they were damaging. And then came another shocker, rumors about financial struggles. Could it be that Hulk Hogan, the man who headlined countless sold-out arenas, faced serious money troubles? Fans were floored by reports that Hogan's lavish lifestyle, combined with lawsuits and settlements, left his bank account battered. The golden image of the unstoppable superstar was cracking more and more. But let's talk about the tapes. The ones fans couldn't stop whispering about. In them, Hogan was heard saying things that didn't align with his public persona, words that hurt, words that offended. Words that forever stained his reputation. These tapes didn't just reveal a private man. They revealed the kind of dark family secrets no one expected. And through all of this, Brooke and Nick found themselves in impossible positions. Do they defend their father, the man they loved, or do they distance themselves from the scandal? Do they reveal the full truth, or do they stay silent to protect what little was left of their family's image? It was a battle between loyalty and survival, and fans couldn't look away. Linda, meanwhile, wasn't backing down. She published her own truth, a book filled with accusations, stories of betrayal, and details that left readers stunned. She claimed Hulk's actions left her emotionally scarred, that the marriage had been toxic for years, and that his fame made it nearly impossible for her voice to be heard. For the first time, fans saw the Hogan family saga not as a superhero story, but as a cautionary tale of what happens when fame eats away at family. And yet, even now, Hulk Hogan remains a figure that fans can't quit. Love him or hate him, he's woven into the fabric of wrestling history. But the family secrets, the betrayals, the lies, the confessions have forever changed the way people see him. But let's not forget the financial secrets. For years, Hulk Hogan was one of the highest paid entertainers in the world. The money rolled in from wrestling, endorsements, movies, merchandise. Yet, shockingly, whispers grew that Hogan was facing financial ruin. Lavish spending, lawsuits, and settlements drained his fortune. The man who once symbolized success was now battling money problems. And the family felt the strain. The Hogan reality show, once intended to showcase a happy, glamorous life, now looked like a mask. Cameras captured laughter, vacations, and fun. But off-camera, tension simmered. Nick's reckless behavior, Brooke's frustrations, Linda's growing resentment, and Hulk's secrets boiled beneath the surface. When the show ended, the illusion shattered completely, and then came the rumors that wouldn't stop. Feuds between Hulk and Brooke over her career. Nick feeling abandoned, Linda unleashing new accusations. Every time fans thought they had heard it all, another revelation surfaced. It was endless. The biggest question is this: can Hulk Hogan ever rebuild his family? Can a man who has fallen so far regain the trust of those closest to him? Hulk has spoken in recent years about redemption. He's talked about turning to faith, about healing, about moving forward. But forgiveness is complicated. His children may still love him, but love doesn't erase scars. Linda has moved on, but the wounds she described don't fade overnight. And fans remain divided. Some believe Hulk deserves forgiveness, that everyone makes mistakes, that he's paid his price, that he deserves peace. Others believe his actions, his words, and his betrayals are too great to overlook. For them, the hero they once adored has fallen for good. But here's the truth: Hulk Hogan's story is more than just wrestling, it's more than entertainment. It's a raw human story about fame, family, and the price of secrets. Behind the muscle, the bravado, the glory, there's a man who lost control of the one thing that mattered most: his family. No longer just a hero, Hulk Hogan is a man with flaws, with regrets, with scars. And for some fans, that makes him more relatable than ever, while for others, it makes the fall from grace impossible to forgive. So, what happens now? Hulk Hogan, at this stage in his life, seems focused on redemption. He's spoken about faith, about healing, about moving forward. But can his family truly forgive? Can the scars ever fade? Can the man once idolized as the strongest in the world rebuild trust with those closest to him? Or will the Hogan family remain forever divided? A living reminder that behind the glitter of fame lies the darkest of secrets. Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure: the secrets are out, and fans will never look at Hulk Hogan the same way again. And that brings us to the end of this deep dive into the shocking Hogan family saga. What do you think? Can a man rebuild his legacy after so much has been revealed? Or are some family secrets simply too heavy to overcome? We'd love to hear your thoughts below. If you were hooked by this story, make sure to hit that like button, drop a comment sharing your take, and don't forget to subscribe for more explosive celebrity deep dives just like this. Because trust me, this is only the beginning, and the next reveal might be even bigger.